Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So I went back on to color, stopped to eat lunch, completed one audio file, and I loaded the pages before 1 p.m. We went for a walk, found a quarter, rearranged the living room when we got back, and then we finally read the end of that collab project, and it was just as heartfelt and emotional as I remember feeling the first time I wrote it. And I can't believe that was, even though I knew that was the ending, I kind of forgot that it was, and it's my favorite ending. I love it so much. But next we're going to be reading the second collab, which is the first one was about islands, the second one was about a desert. So I can't wait to read that. Like I said, this is one part where towards the ending where there's obviously supposed to be some type of extended story, but we cut it out because I wanted to move on to something else, and I spent way too long on the story. While she was reading the collab to the ending, I was working on the drafts for pages 5 and 6. I ended up scanning them right afterward, and then I print them out. We went to bed about 4, got up at 7. I actually kicked her out of bed, so she joined me. I line arted, and I did one more audio file. I ended up getting tired after an hour, and then I went to sleep. We both went back to bed together, and then I woke up at 12:30. I got out of bed at 1, and I finished the line art for page 5 at 1:30, page 6 at 2:30, and then I finished all the audio at 3. I passed the pages out to Monica at 3:16, and then I went back to bed. So this morning I woke up at 6:30. I set my video to compress because all the audio files were done. We ate breakfast, and then we split up. She went to color in the pages while I was typing out the script that I wrote so far from her laptop while the video was compressing. I saved it to a simple notepad, and then I ended up, as soon as the video was completely done, I ended up taking everything to the computer in the living room. I uploaded my video, and then I transferred all the stuff that I wrote for chapter 55 onto the main notepad, the main word editor that I'm using. So yeah, I got back on about 9, I think it was, and then I got tired at 9:30 and I got off. I went to the bathroom, and then the inspection suddenly happened, and I was on the toilet, and it was so embarrassing. Oh my god, I think last time Monica was taking a shower when we had an inspection, so the guy didn't need to go in and check to see if the water was running fine because she was running it already. So yeah, so that was embarrassing. Becky said that she would send the inspector guy back over to us because our AC says to change the battery. And we haven't really used the AC. I only used it a handful of times since we first got the apartment. So yeah. After the inspection was over, Monica finished as much as she possibly could before 10. She stopped to make lunch. We ate lunch, and then we hit Vaughn's and picked up a few things. We actually used one of our Monopoly coupons and one of our random printed coupons we get randomly because of our membership. The Monopoly ticket that we used was for any Mars brand chocolate bar, and we realized that we don't like a majority of what they sell because it has caramel in it, and Monica doesn't want to eat anything with caramel in it. I don't even get caramel ice cream because of that. So we were forced to just go with Musketeers because that's all that would fit the requirements, because they only allowed a certain size. Apparently M&M's has a candy bar. We didn't know that. We found out when we saw it there, but we couldn't get it because it was bigger than the limit of how big the bar can be, so we couldn't get it. So we passed on that, but it caught our attention. We want to try it sometime. Other than that, we got home at 11:30, and now I'm recording audio, so this is what needs to happen. I'm assuming she's going to be done with the pages soon. I don't know what point she's going to finish them. I think about just taking from her the one that's already ready. I need to, if she isn't done with it for a while, I suppose I can go back to working on chapter 55. I'm slowly tapping at it. Right now I'm really excited for 2 scenes. There's basically going back to the scene with Byron, Fauna, and we are because they're going to try to get him back from sleep temporarily. I'm really excited for mostly everything that happens in chapter 56, but I'm really concerned about how Felipe is going to respond to Loris. And I think after that point, I'm done waiting. I want to just have them already there at the Hurricane Brigade, so I can take. I'm hoping from 57 to 57 to oh no, there's still that scene with Dominique. I have to figure out where to fit that in. Great. I'm thinking about reorganizing the scenes again because I because of the scene I'm adding with Fauna, Byron, and Fuyar for 56. I have to move back the scene with Dominique and Simon, and the scene with Simon and the Hurricane Brigade trying to suss out what the heck is happening. I don't know. I kind of feel like I should put that scene directly in the beginning portion of the story because the characters are talking to each other before they eventually get attacked. So I feel like that would be a good place to push it back to. Other than that, I want to take from 57 to 60 to try to get as much into the battle as possible so I can whole hog go by 61 to 70, and then from doing the main battle portion, as in taking the rest of the battle portion from there, and then going from like 71 to 80 to try to wrap up the battles and everything. And by that point, I'm hoping that most of the conflicts have been resolved by that point. And then from 81 to 90 and then 91 to 100, I'm hoping that will be all the climax of the story. So that's best case scenario. I don't know if it's going to work out like that, but we're going to have to find out. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So, I went back on to color, stopped to eat lunch, completed one audio file, and I loaded the pages before 1 p.m. We went for a walk, found a quarter. Rearranged the living room when we got back, and then we finally read the end of that collab project, and it was just as heartfelt and emotional as I remember feeling the first time I wrote it. And like, I can't believe that was, even though I knew that was the ending, I kind of forgot that it was, and like, it's my favorite ending. I love it so much. But next, we're going to be reading the second collab, which is the first one was about islands. The second one is about a desert. So I can't wait to read that. Like I said, this is one part where towards the ending where there's obviously supposed to be some type of like extended story, but we cut it out because I wanted to move on to something else, and I spent way too long on the story. While she was reading the collab to the ending, I was working on the drafts for pages 5 and 6. I ended up scanning them right afterward, and then I print them out. We went to bed about like 4, got up at 7. I actually kicked her out of bed, so she joined me. I line arted, and I did one more audio file. I ended up getting tired after an hour, and then I went to sleep. We both went back to bed together, and then I woke up at like 12:30. I got out of bed at 1, and I finished the line art for page 5 at 1:30, page 6 at 2:30, and then I finished all the audio at 3. I passed the pages off to Monica at 3:16, and then I went back to bed. So this morning I woke up at 6:30. I set my video to compress because all the audio files were done. We ate breakfast, and then we split up. She went to color in the pages while I was typing out the script that I wrote so far from her laptop while the video was compressing. I saved it to a simple notepad, and then I ended up, as soon as the video was completely done, I ended up taking everything to the computer in the living room. I uploaded my video, and then I transferred all the stuff that I wrote for chapter 55 onto the main notepad, the main word editor that I'm using. So yeah, I got back on about like 9, I think it was, and then I got tired at 9:30 and I got off. I went to the bathroom, and then the inspection suddenly happened, and I was on the toilet, and it was so embarrassing. Oh my god, I think like last time Monica was taking a shower when we had an inspection. So the guy didn't need to go in and check to see if the water was running fine because she was running it already. So, yeah. So that was embarrassing. Becky said that she would send the inspector guy back over to us because our AC says to change the battery, and we haven't really used the AC. I only used it like a handful of times since we first got the apartment. So after the inspection was over, Monica finished as much as she possibly could before 10. She stopped to make lunch. We ate lunch and then we hit Vaughn's and picked up a few things. We actually used one of our Monopoly coupons and one of our random printed coupons we get randomly because of our membership. The Monopoly ticket that we used was for any Mars brand chocolate bar, and we realized that we don't like a majority of what they sell because it has caramel in it, and Monica doesn't want to eat anything with caramel in it. I don't even get like caramel ice cream because of that. So like we were forced to just go with Musketeers because that's all that would fit the requirements, because they only allowed a certain size. Apparently M&M's has a candy bar. We didn't know that. We found out when we saw it there, but we couldn't get it because it was bigger than the limit of how big the bar can be, so we couldn't get it. So we passed on that, but it caught our attention. We want to try it sometime. Other than that, we got home at 11:30 and now I'm recording audio, so this is what needs to happen. I'm assuming she's going to be done with the pages soon. I don't know what point she's going to finish them. I think about just taking from her the one that's already ready. I need to, if she isn't done with it for a while, I suppose I can go back to working on chapter 55. I'm slowly tapping at it. Right now I'm really excited for two scenes. There's basically going back to the scene with Byron, Fauna, and we are, because they're going to try to get him back from sleep temporarily. I'm really excited for mostly everything that happens in chapter 56, but I'm really concerned about how Philippe is going to respond to Loris. And I think after that point, I'm done waiting. I want to just have them already there at the Hurricane Brigade, so I can take. I'm hoping from 57 to oh no, there's still that scene with Dominique. I have to figure out how to fit that in. Great. I'm thinking about reorganizing the scenes again because because of the scene I'm adding with Fauna, Byron, and Fouillard for 56. I have to move back the scene with Dominique and Simon, and the scene with Simon and the Hurricane Brigade, trying to suss out what the heck is happening. I don't know. I kind of feel like I should put that scene directly in the beginning portion of the story because the characters are talking to each other before they eventually get attacked. So I feel like that would be a good place to push it back to. Other than that, I want to take from 57 to 60 to try to get as much into the battle as possible, so I can whole hog go by 61 to 70, and then from doing the main battle portion, as in taking the rest of the battle portion from there, and then going from like 71 to 80 to try to wrap up the battles and everything. And by that point, I'm hoping that most of the conflicts have been resolved by that point. And then from 81 to 90 and then 91 to 100, I'm hoping that will be all the climax of the story. So that's best case scenario. I don't know if it's going to work out like that, but we're going to have to find out. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So I went back on to finish pages 7 and 8. It took me a while to figure out what to do with the dialogue because I only had so much dialogue, but I had more panels than dialogue. And I made all my points, my revised points earlier, so I had to go back to the page beforehand. I think it was page, it was page 6, I think it was. And I had to fix some of the points that I made in the last panel. And then I carried it on to page 7, and page 8 was really easy because that's when Clotilda and LaBelle come in. So I ended up doing that page first, and then I had a fuss with page 7, and I got done about 6. Oh man, it took fucking forever. I got off at 6:30. I had a hard time falling asleep. I woke up at like 12:30, and then I got up at 1 something. I didn't pay attention. I know is that I laid in bed for a little too long. So I work on the line art for pages 9 and 10. I finished page 9 at like 2:44 and then page 10 at 3:30. Got off immediately. And then I went straight back to bed. Before I go on to Thursday, I just want to say that I think I forgot to mention on Wednesday that right when we got back from Northgate, Monica checked the mail and my cell phone battery was in there. Well, we installed it when we got back from the women's meeting. Completely forgot to mention that. And so far, it seems like it managed to hold a charge all night long. She told me to don't bother trying to like recharge it until it reaches 20%. So it's good right now. I think it's at like 70 at the moment. So I woke up at 6:12. I felt like really laggy. I went back on to set up pages 9 and 10. I passed the pages off to Monica. We ate breakfast, and then I resumed working on the scripts. I typed out the rest of that scene with Fuyar, Fauna, and Byron. I try to go through Warren and Loris, but I really don't like how it moves, so I kind of want to do it again. I'm trying not to worry about it because it's only the script that we'll be working at the end of the month. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I don't like having to waste 2 weeks on one script. So I was hoping that maybe doing 56, a little bit of 56 would help me get ahead. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I just need to do the scenes that I think are the easiest, like all the smallest, shortest scenes, and then just try to like wrestle with the big, harder scenes like by themselves. So yeah. I got off at about like, what time was it? When did I get off? I think it was like sometime between like 8 and 9. I don't really remember. Okay, so Monica had gotten a call from the CCS last Tuesday, but we of course our phone was off. They called the phone with a lousy battery, and that phone has been off since like for 2 to 3 weeks now. And when she was listening to the call, the woman said she needed to sign some paperwork about her insurance or something like that. So Monica called her back, and they made an agreement to come and meet up at the lobby here at the apartment complex, so Monica can sign some paperwork. So she's coming by at 3. And after the phone call, Monica completed page 10, the color for page 10 at like 8:55. And we decided, since the second inspection was going to start at 9, we thought, hey, why don't we go get out of here and go to Vaughn's or something. And we originally wanted to buy some Cheez-Its because we had a Monopoly ticket to take 50 cents off of it. But unfortunately, I literally forgot to give it to her while she was at the cashier. So we paid full price for it. However, there is some white Cheez-Its that they sell, and I want to try those. So I'm hoping that maybe we can try them. We're hoping tomorrow when we activate the bus passes, we can go down to the village, and I'm guessing that maybe we can hit the Vons over there instead of pick it up. I don't know. So yeah. The only other thing that happened is that while we were at Vons, we checked on the Easter section, and we ended up seeing that they were selling another black sheep plushie. Last year they had a small black sheep plushie, and he was there for a couple of days, and then he disappeared. Like right when we were thinking about getting him, he disappeared. So as soon as we saw this one, we bought it up immediately. It's very big. I don't know if I mind that or not. It kind of disturbs me how big it is, but at the same time, I think it's okay. It's like an overglorified sheep pillow. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. We ended up getting one of those M&M candy bars that we saw, and we wanted to see what it was like. It was really, really weird. It was like they had each perforated square on the bar was in an M&M shape, and there was pieces of M&M and nuts in it, and it just felt really weird to be eating it. So yeah, they also had some color from the M&M on the chocolate, and that kind of like confused me too. I'm like, why is this here for show, or is this here on accident? So the way it was molded, it kind of looked like it was for show, but I think it was on accident. I don't know. Okay, so as I was saying, we got home at 9:50. We ate lunch, and then we split up to work on pages 9 and 10. She's finishing page 9. I did the shading for page 10. The only thing I haven't done is the computer graphics, because like there's some computer screens that need to be in front of Marie, and I need to set those up for her. But I kind of want page 9 to be done already. So yeah, okay, I stopped at like 11 something. I have no idea what time it is. Let me check. Oh no, my phone's not over here. Ah, okay. It's like 11:30 something, I don't know. So like the only other thing I did today was look at high interest rates, high interest rated savings accounts or CDs. And like I was trying to pick from a specific bank. Look, I was specifically looking at the CIT bank, and like I don't know which one to choose, because like the way that NerdWallet framed it, it sounds like all you need is to either keep depositing $100 a month, and then you can qualify for the interest. But I'm a little worried that we won't qualify for it, because it also said another way to qualify for it is by having like 25k in there, and like we don't even have 25k. So I don't know. The other CDs that they have, you can choose how many months you want to wait in order to get interest on it, but the interest isn't very high. And at the same time, I also feel like, well, any interest is good interest. So I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to go with it, but I also feel like it might not come back with enough. So I'm just like, Each of those CDs are all $1,000 each. And like, I think the one with the highest amount made you wait 18 months. So it's like a year and like a year and 6 months. So, I don't know. I kind of want to go with that one. I kind of feel like that's the most relevant to us. But at the same time, I also feel like I should just try to stick with the other ones. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm so nervous about getting the wrong kind of one and then just screwing up. So I want to keep looking at this and researching it and getting some reviews for it. Other than that, I don't know if I want to go with any of the other banks that I saw, because like the bank with the second highest APY needed a $5,000 deposit, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't even have $5,000 yet. We have to keep saving. And like, I really just want to get something out of the money that we are currently saved up, because like we pretty much have like 2k right now, but like we've been trying to reach 3k, and I feel like it would be helpful to put at least $1,000 away and to let that grow for over a period of time. It would be very helpful. So like, I don't know if there's what the penalties are for specific time sensitive ones that have like, like 6 months, 1 year, 18 months, stuff like that. I want to go back and look at it. So yeah, it was either go with this or try to do like Wealth Simple or Wealthfront or something like that. And like, Wealth Simple and Wealthfront are for people who are trying to save money up until retirement. And like, getting a CD is supposed to be able to help make money sooner for people who need to get money back sooner. So I'm like trying to decide. Alrighty then. So we're going to the village tomorrow, and then I think on Saturday we're going to M&L, hopefully. I don't know if we're gonna get anything though. And I don't know when I'm gonna try to attempt to sign up for a specific CD. But yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, it's virtually also completing this chapter. I need to get this chapter, because the chapter is gonna be done tomorrow. I should start working on the drafts for pages 11 and 12, so I don't have to worry about them tomorrow. I'm hoping if I can get that done early, I won't have to be worried about anything when we go to the village. I just don't know how early I'll be able to get it done, especially because the scenes are more complicated because there's way more characters in them. So I'm gonna try to like do my best. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So Monica got done at about like 1 p.m. So we decided to go for a quick walk. We went to Walgreens. On the way there, I found a quarter and a couple of pennies. And then on the way back, I ended up finding another quarter and a couple of pennies. So I put that in the the bag for the laundry money, the little fish bag that we have, an amulet bag. So at Walgreens, we looked at all the Easter stuff. As far as I know, there wasn't anything that I saw that actually I really wanted, although I did see that the Chicky Beanie Boo that was advertised with the chicken, which was false advertising as far as I'm concerned. I thought the two of them were supposed to come together. I'm still mad about that. So yeah, we got back at 2. I finished the shading for page 9, and then I stopped at 3. Monica went down to sign the paperwork with that woman from the CCS. She got back a few minutes later. We rested in bed until like 4:30. I went back on to finish pages 9 and 10 and set up the pages for 11 and 12. I printed them out first, and then I finished the graphics for pages 9 and 10 at like 5:37. And by the time I finished the text and loaded the pages, it was 6:30. After that, I got off immediately. So I slept really hard. I had a shitty time getting out of bed. I resumed work on pages 11 and 12 at like 2:20 something. I finished and scanned page 12's liner at 3:34, and then page 11 at 4:30. After that, I got off and I went straight to bed. I woke up and kicked Monica out of bed at 6. The next day, went back on to complete setting up pages 11 and 12 for her to work on. And I started printing out the first scenes for the chapter 54 drafts. Stopped to eat breakfast, and I got off at 7 briefly. And then I went back on about like 8, although I wanted to get back on at 8:30. I got bored very quickly. There was nothing to do. I mean, I tried to draw out some ideas for fabric patterns that I wanted to print with spoon flower, but then I actually stopped and I read some reviews for spoon flower, and they didn't have any good reviews. They had like horrible reviews, and I'm like, great, there goes this idea. I really wanted to print designs onto fabric. Some people say that there's other alternatives, but I have to figure out like who and where and whatnot. Other than that, I'm disappointed with spoon flower. Okay, so I went back on at 8. I printed a couple of pages. I stopped to eat lunch, and during which time, in between lunch and working, Monica found out from Facebook, the Anaheim Town Square Plaza's Facebook, that the Ross is opening up tomorrow, and the first 10 customers that show up early in the morning are going to get a gift card. So we were curious to know if they were going to have a soft opening. So after we were done with lunch, we went straight down to the plaza, and oh my god, we were right. It has been open for a few hours. So we don't know exactly when the soft opening started. All we know is that by the time we showed up, we rated the notebooks first thing, and we only managed to find 2 books. One of them was part of that collection that we wanted to get from the other Anaheim Plaza. They had a bunch of different books, and we missed out on all of them except for one. We got a different book in the set, and we bought that one. Then we got this other really nice gold foil book. After that, we looked at the bedding, and we found another thing of bedding. We bought 2 things of bedding this month, so we're good for like the next 2 times we need to change the bedding again. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, one of the main reasons why we went to the plaza, aside from checking on the Ross, was that we ran out of trash bags. So we checked 99 for the trash bags. They didn't have anything that we wanted to get. So then we hit Target. We looked at their trash bags, and while we were at Target, we picked up some food, and then we headed out. So we're home now. The only thing that happened was I found 1 penny, so I have to update the budget with that penny and then all the money that we spent today. So it's like 11 I think it's almost 12, or it should be, I think it was like about 11:30, 40 something when we got home, and it was almost 12 by the time that we settled down. So she's making that grandma's chicken that we bought from Target, and I need to finish printing out the remainder of chapter 54. I don't expect to do every scene, because like one scene is Loris's bedroom, and like I have to yet again design another bedroom, and I just like, I'm getting so tired of making bedrooms for these characters that I'm only going to see scene once, and it's just like, I hate bedrooms. Okay, so what was the last thing I said? Bedroom, yes. So I'm only gonna do the scenes that I already had pre-decided assets for, like the scene with the exterior of the Traywin Brigade's thing, and then the Tiger's office, and that's it. I think Warren's office are the three things I can do, but I have got to avoid that one scene of Loris's bedroom. I don't have a fucking clue what kind of bedroom I want to give him. I feel like out of all the bedrooms I've designed over the course of this series, I think Dominique has like the most unique bedroom. Alrighty, is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So after I finished recording, I resumed printing out the pages. I stopped with about like 4 to 5 left over. I don't really remember. Monica passed me off the pages at 1, but instead of coloring them, we decided to leave for the village at Orange. We activated our bus passes, and we left at 1:30. On the way there, I ended up bringing with me the drafts that were already printed for chapter 54. So I got a jump on pages 1 and 2 early. When we arrived on Tustin Street, we found that all the traffic lights were down. At least most of them were down. Except for the traffic lights on Meach Street, which was the only intersection we ever used. So when we got there, we browsed around Home Goods. They actually had one really cute book, so we bought it. It's the first time we bought anything from that store. We hit Ross there too. They had a pitiful book section, nothing that we hadn't seen at the other Rosses. Then we went to World Market. We just wandered around, looked at things, and we just looked at things, and everything was expensive, and that was it. After that, we hit Walmart and circled around a bit, and then we went to Staples and circled around a bit. Didn't find anything that we really wanted to get, though. Same for Target too. We walked around there. We ended up not getting anything at any of those stores. It was 4-ish, I think, and Monica wanted to get home, so we took the bus back home. We got home at like 5 p.m. I resumed work on the pages. We ate a light dinner. I completed the art for the pages at about like 6:40 something. After that, we went to bed. I didn't put the text on until the next morning. I woke up sometime between 11 and 12 a.m. I had a really weird dream that made me uncomfortable, and I was just laying there thinking about it, trying to like move past it. I got up at like 4. I didn't get out of bed until like 4:30. I resumed work on the last 2 pages of chapter 53. Specifically, I needed to put the text on it, and I did that after I finished scanning the drafts for pages 1 and 2 for chapter 54. Edited them and printed them out, and then I struggled with changing the text for the last 2 pages. As I was working and I was on the computer, Volks ended up announcing the Sakura Miku Dolphy dream. It's just one picture so far of it. I don't know. So far, I'm kind of a little underwhelmed. I was hoping for something that had like a more pinker face up. She has definitely pink lips, but like I'm not really sure if that's what I wanted from her. I kind of wanted her to look a little bit more like the Sakura Miku pull-up, which I think was probably too much to ask for. So, yeah. I ended up by 5:30 turning on the kitchen light, and Monica got herself out of bed at 6. So, I stopped working on pages 11 and 12 for a brief moment to eat breakfast. Okay, so the plan was to leave for M&L at like 8. So, Monica left for the bank to deposit $100. And then she also hit Vaughn's on her way back. That was after breakfast. So while she was gone, I completed and loaded the pages for chapter 53. So I got off at 7:40. I got dressed. I tried to pack up, but I realized she had my bag. So all I could do was just gather all my stuff for my bag, and that's it. So she got back a little bit before 8, and she decided to prepare a lunch for us to carry to the site, so that way we weren't going to be forced to buy food. So, oh yeah, she also revealed to me that she found a pair of sunglasses on the way home. So she packed us a lunch. We set up our bags and we left at like, I think it was almost 8:30. So yeah, we were technically late. So we went straight down Lincoln, and so many of the different plazas that we used to see on Lincoln throughout the time that we were living in that area Though some of those plazas have definitely changed. Like there's this one Market Walmart that we used to shop at. They put a gym next to it, and they got rid of the Goodwill, and that was odd. So we stopped at Knott and Lincoln. We tried to catch the bus for Knott down to Ball, but it never came, and we decided to walk instead. And we actually got there before the bus did. In fact, we never saw that bus the whole time. So it didn't take us that long to get down. I kept telling her that it was a longer walk than she thought it was. And then she realized too late it was actually a longer walk than she thought it was. But we still got there before the bus did. It's so weird being back in Stanton again. I completely forgot that Stanton was the city that taught me how to look for change. And a lot of the places that I used to pass, I was all scouting it for change. And I got like, I think I made like 12 cents. Oh, no, it wasn't 12 cents. It was like 17 cents because I ended up getting a 2 pennies, a dime, and a nickel. So I think that came out to like 17 cents. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we got to the fabric store like a few minutes before it opened, and we went to Walgreens next door, and we were just wandering around until it opened. And then we spent the whole entire time just running around the fabric store like idiots. We kept picking up bolts and putting it away and whatnot, and in the end, what I want to do is get a little bit of everything, so that way we can have a collection of stuff to use later. But in the end, we didn't get very much. We only got specific fabrics for our one themed dress, and I assume that's the dress that Ria was going to wear to Dalpa. All I know is that we don't have a vision for the dress right now. We just have a vision of how to match the fabrics together, and that's it. I'm kind of worried about it. So after 12, we couldn't justify being there anymore, so we bought about it was almost $30 worth of fabric. And then we took the bus and we went down to the Westminster Mall. Originally we had plans to stop at the art store, but we just didn't feel like stopping at the area because the art store is a bit into, I think it's either Garden Grove Street or I forgot the name of the street, but it's a bit into the block, and it's a long walk, so we decided to pass on it. Westminster Mall is severely different now. There is this one entire humongous area that used to be all these different retail stores. Last time we saw it, it was like a furniture store and a bunch of clothing stores, and it was a place where the old Borders used to be. It's a bookstore that used to be there, and all of that is now some type of family amusement arcade place. There's all these rides and arcade games and whatnot. It's kind of like, I want to say Chuck E. Cheese. No, I don't actually, I've never been inside Chuck E. Cheese. I can't say that for sure. It's like one of those places, like a party place for birthdays and whatnot. And it surprised me. It's huge. I think this is the same exact thing that Buena Park has, the Buena Park downtown mall. Yeah, I think that's the same. It's the same exact thing. Only that theirs goes underground and ours takes up the majority of the lower level. And I was so shocked by that. So we hit Tokyo Lifestyle and we got Pilot Eno blue pencils and refills. We looked at Small Wonders, but we didn't get anything from there. They actually have their bootleg Nendroids marked, and all their bootleg figurines are marked that they're unofficial. That surprised me. But the ones that were marked as official didn't actually the ones that were marked as official didn't seem to how do I say that they weren't very expensive still, which surprised me. If it's official, it should be more expensive. So I after that we wandered around, went to the bathroom, went to the Target, and then I got this one journal I was eyeing at the Target over here, and it's on clearance over there, so I got it. I used all my change on that. I had 25 cents total of random ass change. And then we left. We walked down to Joann's. We wandered around. We got a couple of fabric quarters and a pattern that Monica wanted. And then we got tired. We took the bus down. Bolsa pretty much is the street that we grew up on, and we got to see the entire area. Our apartment complex that we used to live at when we were kids still looks like crap, but the apartment complex next door has been completely refurbished. All the apartments side by side all used to look like crap, but they're now this one, the Sycamore apartment complex, is so modern and beautiful, and I'm just what are they going to do with our apartment complex? Are they ever going to fix it? At the same time, I don't know. I don't care. I don't live there anymore. But like so much of my childhood was at that place, and I keep thinking about, I can still see it so clearly in my head. So we went from Bolsa down to Harbor because we weren't sure Bolsa went down to Anaheim. I think it might have, but we're not really sure because we couldn't see it on the map. All the streets changed names at some point. I think it might have been Center Street, because that would make sense. So we took Harbor down to Lincoln, and Lincoln down to our home. And we got home at like 4:30. Monica made rice. I went on the computer and I scanned the drafts I was working on through the whole entire time we were traveling. I ended up doing pages 3 and 4. So I'm ahead. I need to line up pages 1 and 2 right now, though. So I got off. I ended up cutting up more to-do lists and adding it to my to-do list pile. After that, when the rice was done, we took a shower, and so now I'm recording. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back on. I'm gonna finish printing out the rest of chapter 54, and then I'm gonna start line arting pages 1 and 2. I kind of feel a bit tired. Like I don't really want to work on pages 1 and 2 right now. It's very late. The sun is going down. Tomorrow's daylight savings. As far as I know, I think that this is the 5th recording, and then the next recording tomorrow is going to be the 6th. So I'm going to have to edit audio on Monday, which runs into my plans of working on finishing the scripts for chapter 55 and 56. So like I'm a little annoyed by that, but as long as I get them done before Thursday, which is Monica's appointment day, I should be fine. Other than that, that's pretty much as I could think of. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. So, after I recorded audio, I went back on to finish printing out the chapter 45 drafts. I only managed to print out 2 pages. I still have 2 pages of Loris's bedroom, and I don't have time to work on it right now. So I got off at 6:40. Went to sleep between like 7 and 8. I didn't really notice. Woke up at 11. Got up at 11:30. I was expecting to see daylight savings kick in, but like I don't know when it happened, because like 11 happened just fine, 12 happened just fine, and 1 o'clock happened just fine. That left me kind of confused. I'm like, I don't know when it happens too. So yeah. I worked on line arting. I finished page 2's line art at 12:25. I got too tired to complete page 1, so I got off at about 1 a.m. and I went to sleep. I woke up at 6, but technically it was 5. I mean, like my phone said it was 6, but when I looked at all the analog clocks, it said 5. So I went back on and resumed work on line arting page 1. I scanned it and assembled the pages. I passed them off to Monica. We ate breakfast, and I started filling in page 2, and then she started filling in page 1. I ended up unloading that brainstorm that I recorded for chapter 55 and 56, and I ended up editing through that, so I kept just the best of the brainstorm, and I saved it. So I'm gonna reference it a little bit later. I got off at 8:30 after I was done shading and tinting things. Monica got off at 9 as soon as she was done filling stuff in, and then we hopped on a bus and went straight down to the village at Orange. We browsed Walmart, spent $30 on a few things. We got mostly sewing stuff. We did get something for the kitchen, and then she wanted a new bag, so I got her that. After that, we used the restrooms. Oh no, I missed one thing though. On our way to Walmart, we stopped at Sprouts. I completely forgot to mention that. We stopped at Sprouts, and they had the honey bush there, so we got 2 boxes of it. We also saw their ice cream, and like they had a whole new I don't want to say genre of Talenti, but like they had all this organic Talenti, or like Talenti gelato, and in weird flavors we had never seen before. And then They had the entire collection of my mochi ice cream, including all the brand new flavors that came out this year. After seeing all the flavors, we're really not sure if we want to try those. I mean, I'm tempted to try the peanut butter, but I'm also kind of concerned that it's not going to taste any good. So that happened before Walmart, and then we got shit at Walmart, and then we tried to come home at 11. Initially, we tried to go down to Michael's, but the bus that was going to take us there didn't come by. It did eventually, but like after we had already decided, okay, well, whatever, we'll just go home. And that bus took a whole 40 minutes to show up, which means that when we stepped out, it most likely had just left. So we waited like a whole 40 minutes for the bus to come and get us, and then we got home at like 12:30. So I resumed work on pages 1 and 2. Monica made pot pies for lunch because we were out of lettuce. So after she ate the pot pie, she went down to Vaughn's to pick up more stuff. I ended up coloring in all the characters for page 1. I just barely started doing the backgrounds, but I got tired at 2 p.m., so I decided to take a break. So I'm thinking about going back on at 3:30. Right now it's almost 3. I spent the time just trying to put the house back to normal. We put the love seat back in the bedroom. All we need to do is just move the tables into the living room, and everything will be back to normal again. And right now it's not like that. So yeah, I'm recording audio. I tried out the new Pilot. The blue Pilot Eno pencil that I got. I'm trying to think of what to draw. I have nothing in mind at the moment. I drew Flora and Simon, but I want to draw other things. Is there anything else? I'm very excited about completing chapter 55 and 56 soon. It says I can just like get some time to work on it. I mean, I was lucky I even got to do what little bit I got to do with it. When I was on the bus, I only managed to draft a little bit of pages 5 and 6. I don't really need it as of the moment. I could be working on pages 3 and 4, but I haven't had a chance to work on them yet. But I should have, because I got those scanned earlier too, so I should edit them. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I'm kind of hoping to like get to the end of the month without having to replace the ink. I can't remember when I got this new ink. I don't remember if I got last month or the month before. But like I've been holding on this one cartridge of ink. I'm trying not to switch into it too soon. But yeah. So once I'm done with this audio, I need to unload the phone and start editing it. And hopefully I can edit in tandem with working on the pages. I want to get them up today. I want to get them up before I go to sleep. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I really don't know if there's anything else that's on my mind. It's been such a long day. No, I think that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.